Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by to see me today. My name is Maggie and we are going to continue to get started on this library journal. I am just so in love with this fabric for the cover. My daughter came up with she's very creative and she did come up with a cute idea and for this and for the cover, that was to use that door from the one piece of Stamperia scrapbook paper and make kind of a door that opens. But she agreed with me that this paper was just kind of too pretty to cover up, so I think as of right now I may just leave it as far as the topper goes. Okay, now off camera, I did find some papers last night. I looked on Etsy to try to find some. I did buy one paper pack, but in the end I decided not to use it. And I am not sure where this particular paper came from. I don't really think you can see it very well, but I've used it several times for different things that I actually kind of forgot that I had it. And when I was looking through my stash, I came through this because I couldn't really have anything too elaborate, again, because this is busy and I don't really want to concentrate on any one color. There will be several colors in here. So I printed this out. This is a digital. I printed it out and it kind of looks to me like the inside of an older book especially, and I think that it coordinates quite well with the books as well. It doesn't clash with them. So I cut these down already. I made two 6 by 9 inch panels that will go here. Now I can't actually glue this in because I'm doing a hidden spine until I've got my signatures. Well, I guess I could do this and then just glue it. Anyway, I normally just wait till I have my signatures sewn into a spine, which I'm definitely not ready to do yet. Now I know that doing it this way with the chipboard and all, and I probably actually could sew through this. I think I could. It's not that thick. I've punched holes in this before, so I probably could sew through it, and I might just do that, but I don't have to make that decision right this minute because I'm still hoping to get by with just one signature. And the spine really is too wide for one signature, but that doesn't matter so much, I don't think. So that is done. I just need to wait till I have my signature ready to sew in, and then we can cover that all up and start decorating it. Now the other, I want to accomplish definitely a couple of specific things today. I don't want this to be an hour-long video. I do want to go through all the papers that I've picked out thus far for my signature and kind of pick and choose what realistically I can use in here. Now, excuse me, I should have had these out, and I thought I did, but of course I've got other things stacked on top of them, so I'm just going to put that to the side. The other thing I want to accomplish is to make 3 hidden paper clips. Now I've got this paper pad. I think I've got 2 of these, not the same design, but they came from the same place. I bought them from Amazon. I bought one and then I liked it so well I went back to see what else. And it's the Desicraft paper pad. They make some really pretty pads. Desicraft. And I don't know if this is sold in, if it was sold at Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby, but I found it on Amazon. 36 sheets of double-sided paper, and it's a good weight cardstock. It's not real heavy, but it's not real flimsy either. I would say maybe a 65-pound weight, but I could be wrong. So I like it. The designs are pretty, and so it's perfect for these hidden paper clips. So we will do that in a moment or two. And I wish you could all talk to me and tell me what I need to do here. Okay. I think I'm going to use, I haven't backed my papers yet, but I think I'm going to back it with this. It's got library on it, a vintage lady up here in the corner, and a rubber stamp, you know, for stamping the dates on the cards. But it's pretty plain. You can journal over this for sure. I use the lined paper a lot for the back of my pages, but I like this. It's the printing that's on here is pale enough that you could write over it without any problems whatsoever, and does add a little bit of added interest. Okay. So are these my original pages? No. Maggie, what did you do with them? I'll be right back. I've got to find those. I'm back. They were where they should have been. I just overlooked them, so there you go. Okay, so these are the original pages, the digitals that I was planning on using, and I'm not sure how many there are. Let me count them real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 pages. I was going to add a dictionary page. I need to cut that down. And I also, these are some of the background papers that came with one of the kits. I think it was the ephemera kit. I think these might have been from Studio One Glore, G-L-O-R-E, but I'm not positive. I'd have to look back. Now I did print this double-sided, so it could go in here. This was a misprint. It needs to go over here. This is another one. I actually was kind of thinking about using this for the inside covers. I thought it was interesting. Oops. But because it's not tall enough, I like to go from top to bottom. And you can't turn it this way because it definitely is directional. But I did think about using a piece of this on the inside. And then, of course, this needs to be backed. I thought about this one as well. See, I'm pulling everything back to me. I'm sorry. I thought about this one as well. I thought it was cute. I need to back it, though. If I use that. I do use 32-pound cardstock to print all my journal pages on. Sometimes I print some ephemera if I know I'm going to be gluing it down. It just depends. I use ephemera for my I use cardstock for my pockets and for journal cards. But sometimes I'll use just the paper, the 32-pound paper, because it really is a nice weight and it prints so well and it feels so good. So if I use one of those pages, I don't need that one necessarily. Oh, here's a piece of ephemera that I haven't cut out yet. I'll overlook this. Kind of old photographs, it's interesting. Classes from the school visit the library. Come into the booth and ask questions about your library. All right, so I've got to cut those out. Definitely need those. Now these are some pages from the paper pad. That's from from Michael's called the Paper Club paper pad. This is pretty heavy cardstock. So I kind of like this one, but it's this journal tends towards the more vintage, and this looks pretty modern to me. So I may not use this one. That's a maybe. And these pages are not double-sided, so I will back them with, I'll run them through, I cut them down to 8.5 by 11, and I'll run them through my printer. But this could work. It's just books on a green background, and there is quite a bit of green in here. And then there is this one. With the books just on the shelf and teapots and teacups that, you know, we often drink a cup of coffee or tea while we're reading a book. Reading used to just be so lovely, and I love to read. I love to hold a book in my hand, but unfortunately our libraries are being really overcome because of all the digital things. I mean, the audiobooks and everything. I think I'll use this page. It's got the different colors in it, and it just is naming some of the different types of books: novels, poetry, biography, mystery, graphic novels, fantasy, horror. So I think I'll put this one in, and I will back it with something else, another design. And then, and these pages I would primarily use for putting pockets and stuff on. And then there is another green page here with just kind of books floating in the air. That's what it really looks like to me, just a bunch of books dropped. So I probably will use this one and print on the back of it. Now I really like this one. It's pretty. You can see, maybe see the glare of the gold writing on this kind of, I don't know what color this is. It's not really purple and it's not pink. But it just says over and over again in script, books are pure magic. And I really do like it. It's pretty. But again, I just don't think that it goes with the body of this journal. If you have a comment about it or an opinion about it, please leave me a comment. I'm very open to suggestions. Now this is a paper from the one of the kits, and I do think I'll use this. I'll back it. I'm not quite sure why the skull is in the middle of this library, unless this is the science room or something. That could be, couldn't it? Okay. And then we're back to these, which this one needs to be backed. Okay, so that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 and 11 are 18. I want to put a library page that's 19. I enjoy using tracing paper, and I've just recently come to really love it in my journals. It's so crinkly. And I would also like to use some, come on, you know what it is? Some ledger paper and probably some music paper. And maybe take a couple of pages out of some of the other books that I have that I can just throw in as extra. So we're going to probably end up with around 20 plus pages for one journal, which is probably a bit too much, but that's what I put in my last journal, and it worked out fine. And I do want to experiment and see if I can just skip the extra step of making an extra spine and sewing in. I love that method. It's not tedious to me or anything, but it is an extra step, and I just need to take a piece of this chipboard and try punching some holes in it and see if with my awl and see if that works. So there's going to be a few more thin papers, and while this is going to be a lot for one signature, I think it'll work. I do think I'll leave these 2 pages out. Maybe I'll make a journaling card out of this one and a couple of tags. We'll see what I need. I am going to use at least one of the master boards that I've made in the last few weeks to make some tags out of, and possibly a pocket or 2. We'll see. All right, so these are going to be my pages. I just need to add a little bit more I need to add, and back some papers. I need to back all my papers, actually. Okay, and I think I showed you these yesterday, but I am going to use these for pockets or tuck spots. I just think the type and the fonts are so cute. And these were first from, I need my glasses for this. Studio on Glore. Glore. So these will be fun to put in. All right, so I'm going to do these paper clips. Now I make my hidden paper clips a couple of different ways. The way that I'm going to do them today, I believe I first saw this on Miss Paint-A-Lot. I enjoy watching her videos. I love the way she talks, and she just seems so open and friendly. So I saw this method for the first time with her, and I've pretty much used it all the way. I do use another method as well that's maybe a little bit simpler than this, and really all you do with that is take a piece of cardstock, however wide and long you want it to be. This would be too long, but I don't know, maybe 2 inches long, and you put your paper clip on here like this, and then you put another piece of paper over this and just glue it all down real well. And it does work pretty good, although it's best if it's double-sided so that you can have one side a little shorter, and you put the long piece of the paper clip in the back, and then cover this piece with some other paper and decorate it. But I'm going to use this method today because I like it, and unfortunately these are all going to be the same as far as the base part of it goes. So with these, I take a 12-inch strip. It doesn't really matter how wide it is, that's entirely up to you. But I take a 12-inch, you take a 12-inch strip and you fold it in half. And you take the other end up so it's equal with the top. Just kind of make sure it all lines up. And then you fold the other one up so it comes just above. You leave a little lip here. So what you end up with is something like this. And this part you'll trim off. So let me trim this off. So these are really very easy to do. They're very sturdy. And these are the larger paper clips that I'm using. They're the 2-inch ones. And again, your longer piece goes in the back towards the longer side. So it'll be like this, and it'll go just like this on your page, with one side being a little bit shorter and then the longer. It makes it very easy to slide on. So once again, I've got a 12-inch strip. I cut mine to 2.5 inches, but you can make this any size you want to make it. So it's, I take the 12 inches, fold it in half, fold one side to meet the end, and then the other side a little bit shorter. But I've cut mine off, so the top part is even, but you've got a long side and a short side here. I'm going to put my paper clip right on there like this. Now I'm not, oops, it needs to go the other way. I'm not finished with this inside piece yet. I've got to cut me a piece for the top, and then I'll glue it all together. Okay. So I pulled out some scraps that I thought might coordinate. They're pretty neutral. So I need this to be 2.5 inches. I'm just going to tear this. I will ink around all this because I think this journal requires the inking. I hope you can see me. Like I said in one of my videos yesterday, I think I'm really trying to be more aware of what I'm doing and what I'm saying. Sometimes, like this morning, my daughter will call me. Yes, we live in the same house, but it is a rather large house. And we're on different floors. She'll call me to see how I'm doing or whatnot, and what's going on for the day. And the baby is usually awake. So I want this to be the same width. Just because we want to cover this up here. At least I do. And then this piece. So this was, I didn't pick any particular measurements. This is almost 5 inches. And if you wrap it around here like this, then it covers up the top part. This you can decorate on, and on the back, however you want to do it. Well, I think this could come down maybe a little bit further. Like this. So this will be decorated, this back will be decorated, and then you have your paper clip. So let's glue this down. Now, I generally use my my Fabri-Tac for this. And I'm going to attempt to put some double-sided tape on it. I don't use these very often, and when I do use them, I always forget how to use them. So it just helps to hold this paper clip in place, although I've never had one come out on me, regardless. So I want to put a lot of glue around here. Put this whole thing together. Hope y'all are having a good day today. So far, so good for me. I'm very thankful for that. Oh, my daughter, this morning was one of the days that she called me. She wanted to talk to me about something. And the baby was kind of awake. She was awake. You know, that little stinker slept 14 hours last night. She takes little cat naps during the day, just little short cat naps. And she'll wake up. She always wakes up smiling, always wakes up smiling. And she takes little cat naps during the day, and then she usually will fight. She gets tired in the evening time and crankier, but you know, they'll feed her whatever she needs, and they put her down. And that baby slept 14 hours through the night last night. Now, she's been sleeping through the night, but I think 14 hours is a record. So there you go at 3 months, or she's 4 months old yesterday. So I think they're finally going to be able to start getting some decent sleep. All 3 of them. And then she does pretty good all day. She takes her cat nap. She gets fussy at times a little bit, but she's chilling because she's hungry and wants her bottle. And then she'll either go to sleep for a few minutes or she won't. But 14 hours. Can you believe that? I mean, maybe all babies do that. She went to the pediatrician yesterday for her 4-month checkup. And of course, she got the dreaded shots. Oh, I forgot to put double-sided tape on that. Oh, well. Not the end of the world. For her shots. And she did well. She apparently really likes the pediatrician. And you know, he's an older doctor, so you know most of these older doctors, especially, I forgot to take to ink this, are so good with babies. They know just how to talk to them and how to handle them. Well, apparently she really likes this doctor. And she's doubled her birth weight, so she weighs 14 pounds. I think he said 8 ounces, and she's 25, a little over 25 inches long, so she's tall. And I probably think that comes from her Irish ancestry and Irish, the Gaelic. I don't know that for sure. But my daughter asked her husband, well, who's the tallest person in your family? And he says, well, he was. He's not really all that tall. So, there you go. So I'm sure it comes from somewhere in his ancestry. But today she called me on the phone. I went around these corners. And whenever she does that, and the baby is in close proximity to her, now see, I should have all these things out that I know I'm going to use, shouldn't I? That would be the right way to do it. And maybe that's another thing I need to start working on a little bit harder, is having my stuff ready. And I don't really like to pause the video more than one time because I've only learned how to splice 2 clips together. I haven't actually learned how to do 3 together. I think it's the same process and fairly easy, but it intimidates me a little bit because I don't want to lose what I've already done, which has happened to me twice now. Once because the battery ran out, and I wasn't anticipating that. Now I'm very, very careful about changing my batteries between videos. If I'm doing 2, like one right after the other. Holy cow, what did I do? I mean, I use those two, that punch all the time. But when I'm tired, you know, I do things without thinking about them sometimes. And I probably put it in just the first place I could see to stash anything. And I don't see it. Let me see, will this do corners? I think it's supposed to, right? This little punch here. I just got this little punch, primarily because of the notches. I have one of those boards that do envelopes. Oh, this will work. And I do use that board, but just to pull it out, just to make a notch in something, no, that's not, I don't want to do that. So I prefer my little corner rounder. But I like this too a lot. So this may become my new go-to. I haven't had it too long, so we're just getting acquainted. This is a warming up period. So anyway, I was telling you, my daughter did call me on the phone this morning, and she wanted to ask me or tell me about something. And the baby was kind of fussy at that time, but she was really just more, I don't know, she just wasn't happy in that particular moment completely, but she would kind of smile. And and my daughter always has her phone on speakerphone, so she had it on speakerphone. Let's see. Yes, see, this will go just like this. Do you see that? Now you can really do this and decorate any way that you want to do it. This is just how I do it. And like I said, and I saw this particular method for the first time on Miss Paint-A-Lot. And I believe she's in the UK. But anyway, I like this method. It's easy to do, and it looks so nice. This just glues to here, and I can just use regular old glue if it's working for me today. It might not be. It's pretty temperamental. All my glues seem to be temperamental. It's probably the weather. I mean, I woke up early this morning to a pretty violent thunderstorm. And like I said, I have the three little dogs, and only one of them is particularly bothered by the storms, and that's my biggest one. He's the youngest one, but he's the biggest of the three. Now, big doesn't necessarily mean that he's the bravest, you know. And he came up and crawled up next to me for a while, but as the thunder got louder, he decided to leave and went under the bed, which he will typically do when he's scared of the thunder like that. He does not like it. He doesn't bark or carry on. He just doesn't like it. You can tell he doesn't like it. So when I got up, he got up. He came up from underneath the bed and started waiting to go downstairs for his breakfast. But anyway, on the phone today, see how distracted I get? I'm like a child. Oh, this is backwards. On the phone today, and almost every time I'm talking to my daughter on the phone, the baby will look at the phone and I'll talk to her, you know, hi baby, it's the grandma, how you doing? And she'll look at the phone and talk back. Oh my gosh, she's something else. She'll talk back at the phone. And when my daughter does like FaceTime, so she can actually see me, she will smile, and oh, she's just so sweet and so cute. And yesterday, my daughter said in the doctor's office she was all interested in the equipment, like the otoscope and all that. She kept staring at the stuff and looking at it. And when the doctor came in, she watched every move he made, his hands, everything. And because she had really been studying that otoscope, and when he took that down from the wall, she got excited, like, oh, wow, he's going to use this. All right, so this is the second one. I'm not going to decorate on camera because I'm going to make one more and then I'll make the third one and decorate them off camera. I personally, when I'm watching these videos, I like to see how different creators decorate things because it helps me, it inspires me, and so I enjoy watching other creators do that. But because I'm new at this and I'm slow and I talk and that slows things down even more, I will cut that out because I off camera even, I am slow at decorating things because it takes me a while. Sometimes I'll sit down and I'm like, I can't do this. I don't know what to do. There is nothing I can think about how to do this. And it takes me a while to sit here and maybe get up and walk away from it and come back until I decide, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. And then it starts happening and I get into this zone where I'm able to do what I need to do, but I can't guarantee that's going to happen while you're watching me. Okay, so again, this is 12 inches. I'm folding it in half. I have really I guess I could give you measurements for this. I'm folding this down so there's about a half an inch there. And then this one I'm folding so there's about a half an inch here. Oh, I feel like I've done something wrong. Okay, this needs to come all the way up here. This should end up being flush. And this should come up above. Rewind, rewind. Technical error. Okay, so sorry about that. I just confused the heck out of everybody. So I'm folding this in half. 12 inches divided down, folded down to 6 inches. Then I'm taking from my 6 inches, I'm taking one side and folding it so it's just flush all the way. The front side I'm going to fold so there's about a half inch showing here. This is where your paper clip slides in. And then I will cut this off so that that is even. There we go. Okay. So our paper clip is going to slide in here. Long end of the paper clip towards the long end of the folded paper. And some double-sided glue over here. Double-sided tape. I think this helps hold it down, but I can't be 100% sure about that. But like I said, I've never had one fall apart, and I have done it without the glue. Okay, and I'm going to use Fabri-Tac just because I know that will really hold. You could probably use a glue stick with this. I did get a new glue stick recently with one of the fine tips on it because I just have never been able to use a glue stick. The glue just pours out and makes big globs, and I have no control over it apparently. So I bought this other glue stick. I haven't used it yet, but I'd like to try it because I see other people using glue sticks and they do a fantastic job. Okay, so there you go, this side. And remember to put some tape on this side. Well, this works pretty good. I used to have some of these that I used a lot when I first was using double-sided tape. But I used up the tape in them and I just never replaced them. And two of these actually came in that one packet of paper that I was showing you that I purchased on Amazon that is different colors and different textures. I really do like the paper pack. I wish the papers were a little bigger though. Now there's another exercise for creativity that helps to generate your creativity or to encourage you. It's called grid journaling. Now I never heard of that, as I had never heard of most things journaling related. But I watched a video by Marguerite, or I think it's Marguerite. I'm not sure if it's Marguerite or Margaret. My real name is Margaret, but I'm not sure how you pronounce. Anyway, it's not important at this point. And she does this grid journaling, which I found really. How wide did I make this? Well, 2.5 inches. Which I found really very, very interesting. And I'm going to give it a try because it does, from what I understand, help to kind of get your juices flowing. So I'm going to give that a try, and if I do and I like it, I'll share it with you. Or you can look up the video. Just look up grid journaling and you'll find it. Okay, now how... I have to double check myself. I guess I want this about 5 inches. And I think I said something in my last video. I'm looking for my, as I'm doing this, I'm looking for my punch about putting things away in the right place so I know where they're at. Well, there you go. I did not do such a great job. I don't remember what journal I used this in, this print. It's just thin paper. It probably came from just one of those big paper pads, but only single-sided. I don't know if I used it in the Alice in Wonderland journal that I made for my daughter. Gosh, I can't remember, but I really like it. I've always been partial to like pink and green together, pink and brown, blue and brown. I've always been partial to those color combinations. And I actually don't wear those colors. But I do gravitate towards those colors. I don't think they're really in style. I think there was a time when they were stylish, but not anymore. Okay, so I might wish that this was a little bit thicker. It is pretty flimsy, but I think it'll do the trick once I get it decorated and everything. Let me ink all of this first. Should have done it before I glued it all together, but that's okay. It's really okay. That's one reason I really like this craft better than I do in a lot of ways. I mean, I love knitting, and I love sewing. But this is just so nice because if you make a mistake, you can just so easily fix it or overlook it. You can use well, it's a junk journal. It's okay. It's, you know, when you're making a garment, you have to be a little bit more careful. And if you make a mistake, sometimes simply tearing it out and redoing it will work. Other times you have to really go back kind of to scratch. With knitting, the same thing. If you make a mistake and you don't discover it for several rows past where you made the mistake, you have to tear all that out, hopefully without damaging what is above the mistake and try to continue in the same pattern without it looking funny. Now this doesn't exactly go together, but it's okay, I like it. So junk journaling is a lot of fun because it is paper. It's easily fixable or redeemable. So my little granddaughter will come up to visit me later, and I'll be so happy. She chases away all my blues, even if she's not happy herself. Oh, I just love that baby so much. Now my great-grandson, of course I haven't met him yet, but I love him already. He is my great-grandson, and I don't know when I'll get to meet him. He's in Alabama or Georgia. They live on the border. I'm not sure actually where their house is, but he is still in the NICU. Mommy was discharged yesterday, very happy to be discharged. But baby is still on oxygen. They tried to take him off, but he just wasn't ready. So that's his goal, is to get off oxygen so he can come home and be with his mommy and daddy. So here's my 2 paper clips. I would decorate them, but we've already got 40 minutes. I really don't like my videos, although they have done so, going past 45 minutes into an hour. That's a long time. So anyway, I hope you like this. I hope you like where I'm going with this journal. Tomorrow I will probably have made the decision about whether I'm going to sew my signatures into the journal or whether I'm going to make a hidden spine. Either way, it will be fine. And so I'll probably sew my signature in tomorrow and start pulling together the pockets and things and see how many pockets I want to put in it. And I think my very first video around there, I made this comment. It might have been offensive to some people, but I certainly didn't mean it that way if it was. But I made a comment about pockets and tags, how I get a little tired of that. Pockets and tags are like what's supposed to go into these journals. When I first learned how to make junk journals, that's what I heard about pockets and tags. And I didn't hear so much about journaling cards then, but I did catch the pockets and tags, so that's what I focused on. And they're such an essential part of all of these handmade junk journals that they just go together. And what I really meant was that I am just looking for other elements to go into a junk journal, to put in a pocket or to go on a page that will maybe make it a little bit more interesting to me if I was the one buying it. So I'm not, in no way was I criticizing anybody else's work. I'm just saying what I personally like and what my goals are. And, you know, that's what makes these journals so unique. They're all junk journals, but they're all unique because they're made by individual people. And we all take our own spin on things and do things in our way. Because if we did just copy each other, then there would be no variety. It's just like our personalities and what we do. So anyway, if I did not mean to offend anybody by saying that, and please forgive me if I did, it's been kind of bothering me. So I just wanted to get that said off my chest. So I'm going to get off of here for now. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Do something nice for yourself. Be kind to your family. And please like and subscribe. I really would appreciate that so very much. So you know where those things are, right down below here. I'm upside down. So anyway, like and subscribe, and please come back for the next one. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.